Reincarnation of the Strongest Swords God, Chapter 7, Leveling with Ease. A red leaf forest was made up of beautiful maple trees. Level 5 monsters roamed around the woods. To a player below level 3, this was a restricted area. Shy Feng as well was no match for these level 5 monsters, even though he had reached level 1. However, Shy Feng ran into the red leaf forest without hesitation. Cautiously, he advanced toward the inner reaches of the forest. Level 5 forest wolves could be seen patrolling the woods from time to time. Shy Feng was currently just level 1. If he did not stay a sufficient distance away from them, the forest wolves' sensitive noses would smell him out. A level 5 forest wolf had 400 HP. It also had a high attack power. It would only take 2 bites from the wolf for Shy Feng's 120 HP to end. Shy Feng's only option was to stealthily avoid the forest wolves, taking a big detour around them. Aside from the forest wolves, Shy Feng also met with an adorable bear cub. The little bear cub fumbled and tumbled around in the grassy plains, giving an innocent and cute look. However, they were still level 5 monsters, and they were hated by melee players. This was because of their high HP and defense, making a fight with the cubs very exhausting. As Shy Feng used a tree to route past the bear club, he heard a wolf howl come from behind him. Damn, a wolf den. As calm as Shy Feng was, he still couldn't help but call out. In his previous life, many players came in parties to Red Leaf Forest. Most of them were level 4 or 5. Aside from grinding a large number of monsters, the main reason players came here was because of the bountiful loot. Skill books, leather working materials, and equipment were such examples. There were also a large amount of herbs and ore that were attainable in the forest. However, a single mishap could still cause a party wipe in the Red Leaf Forest. One of the dangers that caused many such situations were wolf dens. A wolf den was hidden and hard to notice. If a player did not pay close attention, a pack of forest wolves would pounce forth once the player entered the wolf den's area of alertness. If less, there'd be 3 to 5 wolves. If more, 6 to 8. It was a party-wide trap. Shy Feng's luck was bad. All at once, 7 forest wolves rushed out of the den. The meat on Shy Feng's body was enough for them to share. The speed of the forest wolves was fast, but Shy Feng wasn't slow either. With his agility points going into all his attribute points going into his agility, his movement speed was at 6 points. He was still a level 1 swordsman in the end, even if he was a pure agility one. His speed was still a notch slower than the forest wolves. Seeing the wolves catching up, Shy Feng stopped caring as he activated the life-saving skill, Gravity Liberation. Shy Feng suddenly felt his body become as light as a feather. His speed increased by a massive leap, easily shaking off the forest wolves behind him. In the end, a common monster was still a common one. They gave up after chasing past a set area, allowing Shy Feng to keep his life. After running for over 10 minutes, Shy Feng arrived at a range of mountains and hills. Several mountains stood over 100 meters. Located in the central region of the Red Leaf Forest, the top of the mountains was surrounded by clouds and mist, creating a scene of immortal lands. Finally arrived. Shy Feng looked toward the towering mountain and its surroundings. Discovering a waterfall, he walked toward it. In his previous life, players were mostly over level 20, so their attributes were naturally high. They could do much more than they could while they were low-leveled. Many loved exploring the myriad of places in God's domain. The central region of Red Leaf Forest was one of those famous places, so Shadow Workshop had sent a small party of assassins to investigate. Never would they have thought of finding a treasure mountain here. On one of the mountains, they discovered many items, rare ore, herbs, and even treasure chests. At the peak of the mountain, there was a secret silver treasure chest. There were many secretive places in the wild of God's domain. Most of these places housed treasure chests awaiting to be discovered by players. The items within treasure chests can vary considerably, ranging from copper coins to dark gold equipment. The quality of treasure chests could be categorized into common, bronze, mysterious iron, secret silver, fine gold, and dark gold. However, even the loot from a common treasure chest could rival the drops of elite monsters, not to mention how good the loot from a secret silver chest could be. This secret silver treasure chest quickly allowed Shadow to become a well-known workshop in White River City. This allowed Shadow to amass quite a fortune during the initial periods of the game. More than just equipment, the secret silver treasure chest had a secret recipe for pharmaceuticals and a forging design. In God's domain, the drop rate of pharmaceutical recipes was not even 10,000 of one. It was even lower for a forging design. You could create a bronze-ranked equipment using forging design, something sorely needed by players. With it, making money would be a simple task. Shai Feng's plan to earn 16,000 credits within 10 days all depended on the design, so naturally he wouldn't be leaving it for the Shadow Workshop. However, low-level players without 40 agility were unable to activate the hidden basic ability, Flying Steps. Without it, they had no way of climbing the rocky mountain. There were also no paths that led up the mountain, leaving rock climbing as the only option. Shai Feng didn't have 40 points in agility, but he had the Ring of Gravity. He could still climb the mountain after activating it. Shai Feng easily scaled up the mountain after activating Gravity Liberation. He was already 5 meters up after a few moments. When Gravity Liberation had 5 seconds remaining, Shai Feng found an empty spot on the land to rest while waiting for Gravity Liberation's cooldown. Not long after Shai Feng sat down, the rock wall suddenly shook. A rock giant appeared and burst of roaring. Rock giant, common monster, level 5, health 550. That was quick. Shai Feng had long since been ready when he saw the rock giant walking over. He took an explosive berry from his bag and threw it toward the rock giant's feet. Sticky orange-colored juice erupted all over the ground. As a level 5 monster, the rock giant had extremely high attack power and health and defense. However, it had low attack speed and reaction time. Its body turn rate was even slower. The player only needed 20 points in agility to easily toy with the rock giant. There were plenty of assassins who loved dealing with such dumb monsters. They could easily be killed without wasting a single health point. Although Shai Feng did not have 20 agility, he had explosive berries. Each had an effective 3x3 yard area, reducing movement of speed by 30%, turn rate by 70% for 1 minute. It was a godly tool used to control or to counter dumb monsters. 2 months after God's Domain started, a lot of players would use such methods to kill high-level monsters that were slow-moving. However, such slow-moving monsters existed in limited numbers in God's Domain, so grinding them for quick levels was not possible. The rock giant's speed sharply reduced after being hit by the explosive berry. Shai Feng pulled out his novice sword and rushed toward the rock giant's back, chopping down at it. Above the rock giant's head, 3 points of damage appeared. It was hardly mentionable damage when compared to 550 health, but the rock giant also regenerated 1% of its health over 5 seconds. That was 5.5 health per every 5 seconds. It was very challenging to kill it within a minute. The rock giant tried to turn around when Shai Feng attacked it. However, its body turn rate was slow to begin with. Now that there was an extra 70% speed reduction, it was just abominably slow. Shai Feng attacked it twice more, following up with another chop, causing a series of -3, -3, -6 to appear. The effect of chop was not that great due to the level suppression. However, because the rock giant was 4 levels higher, there was an additional bonus towards skill proficiency. Coupled with one of the swordsman's natural talents, a single usage had increased Chop's SP by 3 points. This was an absolute location for raising skill proficiency. After much trouble, the rock giant turned around to face off against Shai Feng. However, Shai Feng did not give it a chance, quickly circling to its back where it continued attacking. Thundering flash! Suddenly a single sword light caused 4 damage, followed by another that dealt 5 damage, and the last one that dealt 7 damage. After all 3 strikes of thunder hit its mark, Thundering Flash's SP increased by 3 points. Another few slashes followed. A series of -4, -4, -4 damage was killed. Though each strike only had an increase of 1 damage, the total damage would still be great. Although the effect of Thundering Flash lasted only 15 seconds, and it greatly increased the speed of killing the rock giant. The battle couldn't be ended with a single minute. Could be ended within a single minute now, saving up a precious explosive berry. Even if the rock giant had high health and attack, it was no different than a practice dummy if it couldn't land a hit on Shai Feng. It was just giving Shai Feng experience and SP. Skill proficiency cannot be increased just by using the skill. When using it on a monster of the same level, there was a 20% chance to increase it by 1 point. For monsters of a higher level, there was a 40%. If it was 1 higher, 70% for 2 level, 100% for 3 level, 150% for 4 level, and 200% for 5 level difference. The maximum was 200%. Now that Shai Feng was killing a level 5 rock giant, his SP increased several times the rate of others. Not even a full minute had gone by before the rock giant finally fell. System: level 5 rock giant killed, level distance of 4, XP obtained increased by 400%, obtained 120 XP. Shai Feng's XP bar increased by a chunk. He was now 880 XP away from level 2. That meant he needed to kill another 8 rock giants to reach level 2. These mountains in the central region are a great place for leveling and looking for treasure. Unfortunately, 2 months had passed before people discovered them. Shai Feng searched the rock giant's body after killing it, attaining a bronze ore. It was a material used to make bronze equipment. It also acquired a piece of hard stone. Subsequently, Shai Feng searched around the empty lands. A few moments later, he found a rare herb called 100 Soul Flower. It is one of the core materials used to make the basic regeneration potion. Just as he got close to it, another rock giant spawned. Shai Feng threw out another explosive berry. Thundering flash, chop! In just a short moment, Shai Feng obtained another hard stone, 120 XP, and a large amount of SP. Shai Feng continued climbing up when his cooldown finished on the ring of gravity. On his way up, he searched for rare herbs while killing rock giants. Following the fall of the 8th rock giant, Shai Feng became level 2. He added all his points into agility, letting it reach 116 points. He was now just 4 points away from unlocking fast and nimble. The SP for Chop to reach 300 points, raising the skill to level 2. The next level required 600 SP. The skill now increased damage by 12 points. Its cooldown was reduced by 1. The other players would go crazy if they found out Shai Feng's leveling speed. Just going from level 0 to level 1 required more than a handful of hours. As for going from 1 to 2, at the very least doing so would require 7 to 8 hours. Shai Feng spent less than 20 minutes to reach level 2. His level speed was like a rocket launching. Shai Feng walked toward a dead rock giant and searched it. Seems like my luck isn't that bad at all. It even dropped an equipment. Shai Feng discovered a piece of cloth armor, although he was somewhat disappointed. Gorgeous cloth shirt, common equipment. Level 4, defense plus 3, mana plus 10, durability 20 out of 20. God's Domain had just started operating. The drop weight of equipment was extremely low. Common equipment was extremely rare, especially a level 4 common equipment. There was definitely someone who would buy it at a high price. Shai Feng placed the equipment in his bag. Just as he was about to continue on upward, he suddenly noticed a cave not far ahead. When he walked over to check, Shai Feng's heart rate quickened. Shai Feng spotted a huge rock giant sleeping within the cave. His entire body was made of silvery rocks, different from the normal gray-colored ones. Shrewds. Special Elite, level 6. His health, 600. Special Elites were a lot stronger than normal Elites. A regular Elite monster could decimate a 6-man party of the same level. However, a Special Elite required 12 players of the same level to deal with, maybe even 15 players. The man Shrewds required 15 level 6 players working together to kill. However, Shai Feng rushed ahead without hesitation. He used Thundering Flash immediately, causing ray after ray of thunder to cut across Shu's huge body. Damages of -1, -2, and -3 appeared above Shrewd's head.